So part of love is humility. So what is humility? Humility is really hard to define. Humility is the opposite of pride. So let's look at pride. Pride is how not to be. Pride says, I'm the center of my world. Pride says, I consider myself before I consider others. The prideful person turns people off. They're not fun to be around. It destroys team unity. An example of the prideful leader is the narcissist, the boss that doesn't have much capacity for empathy and belittles everybody, is a person who doesn't have any humility. That's a good example. There's a story in the Old Testament that talks about the nation that spoke one language, and they came together and they decided to build a tower. It was called the Tower of Babel. God decided to confuse their language so they couldn't understand each other and work in unity. The nation was building the tower to make a name for itself, and due to their pride, God stopped their project by attacking their unity. Attacked their unity through language. Pride is a very serious thing. Pride is a part of our human nature, but unity will never come to the organization if the organization is full of pride. Humility won't come to a culture unless the leader is humble. And the business culture flows from the leader, and the apple doesn't fall far from the apple tree. Entitlement is an issue of pride. Entitlement looks like this: special reserved parking space that the boss has, or maybe the boss and the CFO and the other C person, all those C suites, they got their own parking space out front. That's entitlement. The technician who won't run the crappy call because he's better than that. The person who can't learn from people below them, that's entitlement. The person who points out the flaws in the other person before admitting his own. The person that says, hey, I've worked here 30 years, there ain't anything I can learn new. The person that says, I've been an oil guy all my life, I'm not going to be a salesperson try to get my average ticket up. Those are all sort of examples of entitlement, which is rooted in pride. But pride leads to calamity and destruction among teams, among nations. Proverbs 11:12 says that pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. So pride can lead to some really bad stuff. It can lead to godless self-confidence. It can lead to self-importance. It can lead to arrogance, and it can lead to abusive behavior. Unfortunately, I see a lot of leaders who belittle, disparage their people, and that's abusive, toxic, and destructive to the culture. This kind of person has no humility and sees others smaller and less important than themselves. But to me, most importantly, this person sees people as a means to profit, and people are not a means to anything. People are not a means to an end. People are the end in themselves. Leadership is about pouring into people's lives, encouraging them, supporting them, comforting them, and helping them to become more. That's what leadership's about. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. God bless. Subscribe to my channel, hit this bell to be notified when a new video comes out.